Go to my channel over on YouTube. And there we go. It looks like it's on. Let's go to my channel over on YouTube. Yep, that seems to be coming in. There we go. Let's check the video quality. There we go. It looks like it's on. I'm going to boost it up to 1080p in YouTube. And it is going at 1080p at 60. That's cool. Let's hit auto and see. Whoops. Let's hit auto and see if it works there. Yeah, that seems to be coming in. See what it automatically switches to. Let's check the video quality. Restart that. Boost it up to okay. YouTube. All right, so if you hit auto on the quality, it automatically ended up at 480. So I'd prefer it was a 1080 automatic. I'm going to override it and go up to 1080p. And it seems to have taken the setting. Anyway, you'll have to let me know in the chat over in YouTube if that's working out properly. So, like I was saying, I am working on a review for a microphone. And it happens to be, let's just reorganize myself here. There we go. This microphone here. So these folks sent me a microphone. To be honest, what happens is that they ask me to buy the microphone, create a review, and then once I post the review on Amazon, they give me a refund. So it's like I got it for free. I don't let that bias me in my opinions, though it does, I do try and find the good things in it, and I've done some reviews and then sent the thing back because it wasn't any good. But I'm just starting on this one. This is by Pixel Wireless Microphone, and they call it the Voical Lark. The benefit about this one here that I like is got 2 transmitters, and I'm going to test both of them. And I have my setup here. So this is what the microphone receiver looks like. It's a small pack. You would put this on the camera. Now I have this one plugged in. Let me show you my setup. And we'll go to here. So I have this wire here plugged into my iPhone, which is on a tripod here and getting my picture. And that is the picture that you're looking at on the left. So this over here, that one there, is my iPhone from this one. This picture over here, right here, is from this camera here that's hooked up on this tripod. And then you're seeing the microphone here through this camera here that's pointing straight down. There's actually 2 cameras here. Let's see if I can get a little bit of a shot of both of those. So I have this camera here is an old video camera coming through HDMI. This is a small GoPro type unit coming through HDMI, and they're both pointing down here. So the wide shot, this is from the GoPro, which it's a knockoff. It's not a GoPro. So that gives me a wide shot. And then this is the Panasonic shot that comes right down here to the close-up. So that last shot was this one here. Anyway, so I have this receiver plugged into the iPhone, and here are the 2 microphones that came with it. Okay, right there. And I'm using right now, I'm speaking to you from this microphone here, which is my RE20, which is a really high-end microphone that I use for most of my recordings. So I'm going to switch back and forth. let's go to, oh, and by the way, so this software that I'm using is called OBS and allows me to change between various different cameras and resources. And you can see the mouse right there. Let's see, right there. You can see the mouse moving around, and I can click on different inputs and such. So I'm going to go down here and click on my narrow shot. So this microphone here, you don't hear me yet. I'm about to switch to it. And I have these two transmitters. So this is a microphone. This one's on right now. That's on channel 17. Let's turn this one on. And this should pop up. That's on channel 12. And when I talk, you can see that these little green indicators turn on that it's hearing something. And if I'm quiet, they turn to red where they're not receiving anything, a signal. Channel numbers, signal strength is up there. Battery power for each of the units, that's really handy so you know if your batteries are going to run out. And the battery power for the middle for this unit here. These white dots I'm going to play with, they're actually EQ settings for each microphone. So they have something that they call beautified. So they can do, there's an EQ setting for kids, for females, and for male voices. So higher tones, lower tones, and then that higher tone for kids. But it says in the manual here, cuteness. Anyhow, so let's do some testing. Let's get right down to it and do some testing. I'm going to switch to this sound, to the sound of the microphone, and then I'm going to double check on YouTube that it's coming through. So let's turn off my current RE20. And now we've got these two microphones turned on. So let me double check YouTube, make sure the audio is coming through properly. I'm going to switch to this sound, to the sound of the microphone, and then I'm going to double check on YouTube that it's coming through. So let's turn off my current RE20. There's a big delay. And now we've got these two microphones turned on. So fantastic. So you heard a big delay going out from my computer out to switchboard and then to YouTube. If I were going straight to YouTube, there'd be much less of a delay, but it's going through a reserving server, which allows me to broadcast different channels. And the dog's going a little nuts downstairs. Pardon me while I close my office door. And I'm back. So, back to the review. So I have both of these microphones on. I'm going to turn one off just so that it's not confusing between the inputs, but I'll test one. Here's testing 1, 2, 3. And I'll test the other. Testing 1, 2, 3. Now remember, this is coming through the iPhone. So I am recording this one, testing 1, 2, 3. And it's coming from the microphone down to the transmitter, up through the wire, up through the adapter, into the iPhone. And then it's coming into my computer through a piece of software called IV Cam, which is awfully handy. This over-the-shoulder shot, which is having a little bit of delay, is from a wireless input. Are you working? Okay, you're going to catch up? You always want to have your cameras under Wi-Fi, not under Wi-Fi, wired if you can. And this one is, the phone is really warm because it's using a lot of Wi-Fi, so that's probably why it's glitching. Come on. Anyway, back to the phone review. So, like I said, it's coming down up this wire. Okay. I'm going to give this phone a little bit of a breather Oh, that would probably help if I turned off the camera. Let's try that. There's a setting where you can have it where you turn off the camera itself, the screen, which helps it cool down a little bit. I actually have a video on how to use that software. We'll see if that cools it down. Anyhow, back to the microphone. You get the picture. So let's do some testing. I'm going to turn one of these off just so it's not too confusing, because you would hear two different sounds coming from them. Okay, that one just went away because I turned it off. Now this one here, there's different filters on it. There's also different volumes. So I have this sitting up here on this box, and which is this far away from me. Okay. Let's see if we can deactivate it and activate it again, get it to come through again. Anyway, it's that far away from me, as you can see. And this offers me volume control. It's set at 8, 7, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You'll have to be the judge on how loud that is, although the meters in OBS say that 10 is a little hot. So I now have it at, let's leave it at 8, and I'm going to turn it up a little bit in OBS because of this distance. Now if I were to wear it here in my shirt like that, that gets much louder, so I have to turn it down a little bit. I can turn it down using the controllers in OBS, or I can turn it down here. Let's go down to about a 6. And I can't hear it through YouTube because I have that volume off, otherwise I'll get a lot of delay. So you'll have to be the judge of that. Turn that up here. According to my meter, it needs to be louder. But we can't really demonstrate it when I press the button that way. So let's take it off and put it back over here. And we'll turn it up to 8 there. The meter looks good. There we go. So check out what happens when I press this red button here. It's going to give me different voice effects. So I press it. Oh, it already changed. So this circle is white on my on the display. It seems a little bit bluish. You know, it's a high color temperature. So I press it. This is the normal EQ. Press it, and it should turn green. Okay, so that's another EQ, and that EQ sounds like whatever it sounds like right now to you. Let's see. It gives me instructions here to beautify the voice. Okay, so here white is original, yellow, let's see, green is children's. Oh, we don't want the kid to sound like a kid. Okay, so there's red. Red is female voice, beautified. It literally says beautified. And that's blue. So that's blue, male voice, beautified. And that's green. Green is children voice, beautified. And there's back to white. What's funny is I did a recording of this video that I was going to broadcast instead of doing this live, and I didn't know what the colors were yet, and I had left it on green by accident. And so when I listened to the video playback, I would have left it if it wasn't the entire rest of the video. So I had to doing this live, as they say. So that's what those sound like. Now there's a button here on the side of the receiver that will also make changes to what it sounds like. This has to do more with room treatment and equalization. So there we have a little house there. Okay. And I'm just seeing if it shows those symbols. So if you like videos about technology and that sort of thing, I've started this video channel that I'm on right now, Scott Parker Tech Tips, to offer advice and opinion about, well, technology stuff. So if you like this, please like and subscribe. Okay, it doesn't tell me what the little things are, but we'll just go through it so you can hear it. So there's a little house there, looks like. Testing 1, 2, 3, 4. And now we have a house. I'm not sure what that little symbol is for. And testing 1, 2, 3, 4. And we have the next one, testing 1, 2, 3, 4. Now this one is starting to add in a little reverberation, and they call it a little reverb. This one here, I think, is a little over the top. Now you can hear it. I can't hear it right now, but I heard it before. And it sounds like we're in a very echoey church. And testing 1, 2, 3, 4. And we'll go back to nothing there. And now you can hear what it sounds like straight. So that's what it sounds like. And you be the judge for what you want and whether that's good for you. Now, a few other things about the microphone. It comes with a couple of antennas that plug into the bottom of the receivers. Okay, like so. If you're doing more distance work. It comes with several 1/8" tip ring sleeve or tip ring sleeve connectors. It depends on what you're going to plug it into. So for this to work on the computer, on the phone, I'm going through a tip ring sleeve up through an Apple adapter into the iPhone that has the newer iPhone connector. But what this means is that having these other ones means that you can connect this into a PA system or something like that. You know, so you can use it as a wireless mic with a mixer. That's pretty cool. So it comes with this adapter, so you can mount it to the top of your camera, video camera or SLR. It comes with a small USB-C to regular USB adapter. They sent a USB-C cable, and then this is really cool. They sent a 3-way charger, so you can plug all 3 devices into a charger, a splitter, so you don't have to charge one at a time. I reviewed another microphone not long ago, and that one you needed to do each mic. So while I'm playing with this, I'm going to switch back to my RE20 microphone, and we'll see what that sounds like compared to this little microphone here. And now I'm back on my RE20 microphone. Leave in the comments what you think, if it's extremely different. Now, obviously, sitting here at my desk using a nice microphone makes it a lot easier, but this is great for doing outside work, away from the computer work, and for having a conversation with 2 different people. One thing I didn't like. Going to go back to this microphone here. It has a bunch of mic noise. If you're handling it, you're going to hear a lot of this. There's not a lot of noise rejection having to do with that. But you're going to hear with this with any microphone that you're handling it a lot. So that's just something to be cautious about. Okay, I'm back to this microphone again. The mic comes with a hard case. Okay, has a holding area for all 3 parts. Okay, something they tout in here, which I find very interesting, is that they have the microphone out to the phone. They have a headphone jack so you can hear it, and it does work so you can listen to the phone as well. So you could actually use this as a glorified Bluetooth headset, although it's not Bluetooth, as a glorified wired headset. So you can listen to your recordings here while you're monitoring the signal. And then this one here is something that's unique to this receiver. Well, I'm sure there are other receivers as well, but it's to this receiver here is an input. So I could take one of these wires and take an input from a tape player or from a mixer to give me background music or additional signal. It'd be terrific for karaoke. Now they have a display here where they daisy chain it. Okay, they call it cascading. So you could plug one into the next, and then you could plug them all into your recording device. So that is actually pretty cool. I like that idea. I wouldn't use it for a professional situation because you don't have any control over the individual microphones other than pressing these volume up and down buttons. Now there is a way it's said that I can do either one, custom volume, but it has to do with holding and pairing and stuff like that. And I didn't want to go through that. But that's pretty cool as far as that goes. And they do have different configurations where you put the receiver on a camera and then you broadcast to the camera. And here we have an example of where they have the headphone monitoring and external audio source and then out to the camera and so on. So that's kind of cool. So that's my review of this particular camera microphone kit. You can find it on Amazon. I will stick a link to the to my Amazon affiliate link in the description below if you're interested in it. Oh, it does have noise reduction. Filter ambient noise if you leave it in yellow. Original sound and yellow. Too bright. There we go. Okay. So it's a pretty cool camera. Pretty cool microphone system. And there it is. So that's that. Let's see if we can get our other camera working over here. So IV Cam is an app that I found that lets me hook up several cameras to OBS. Okay, that didn't work. Searching. And it works quite well. The phone that I'm trying to get it to work with right now is an old iPhone that it's an old iPhone 4. And as you can imagine, this takes a lot of bandwidth to be able to run a live video feed. Here we go. So the phone overheats a little bit. And I think that's why it kept losing connection. That's not what I wanted. I want this one. See if that one works. So the app is finding the computer right now. There we go. It's back. Let's see if that worked properly. There we go. Okay, it's live. And as you can see, the picture is really nice. And it's relatively quick. It's actually quite quick, which is very cool. And I have over here, no, you can't see my mouse. Over here, that's the input from this phone here. And you can see the green screen in the background. The green screen is being removed by the OBS software. Over here is the input from the over-the-shoulder camera, which is that iPhone 4. And then over here is my feed from YouTube, and that's why it's so delayed. Over here is OBS. That's this program here. Here's the iPhone on a tripod, and here is my FHD camera. I've reviewed that. It's actually, I've adopted it. And then I have a couple of other cameras sitting on a microphone stand with some clamps that hold them in the right place. So that is today's live stream. If you have questions about any of this stuff, please leave comments and I will make more videos. Thank you for watching. And let's see if we can go back to this one here. Is that the one? Yes. Here we go. Subscribe for more, like, and all that kind of stuff. My Twitter feed is SC Parker. I don't use it a lot, but it's there.